Friends, this is your Dr.Pannirselvam on behalf of Guru B Consultancy. This video is an interesting video about the Chinese economy. What's happening in China? China, I think this Jinping, 30 years plan he has made to bring a very vast, miraculous change in China. Now the trend has been completely changed. The economic growth has gone down, turned down. How? Why it is so? Not only because of COVID, but also the real estate. I think you must remember that in US we had a similar problem of the real estate. The foreclosures and the high cost of the real estate as well as insurance value. People were unable to repay and there were foreclosures. So the bank people finding so much of difficulty, the government also found similar problems. Similar problem has occurred in China. 30 years really spent a Herculean task. He did a lot of wonders. Now he is thinking, I think we have to appreciate what he is thinking now. He is thinking that I think we have to create a self-sufficiency in China, for which is concentration on technology and education. Similarly, when you go back, say about 1970, they spent more time on modernization. In 1990, they spent more reformation in government institution and financial sustainability. Now presently, because of the real estate as well as COVID, even COVID is also still blowing up. So under this pretext, because of dual problem, the growth rate, which was 7.9% growth the last quarter, has gone down by 4.9% down. And researchers and other people are estimating that there will be a downward trend. Why? Because capitalists நிறைய இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் உள்ள வர்றதுக்கு வாய்ப்புகள் குறையும். அதனால they are projecting that there will be a negative growth rate of about 10%. And approximately the growth rate will be 8.2% less than the previous years. And next year it will be 5% growth rate that will be negative. So now this bringing capital from other countries is also getting scarce. It will also have a snowballing effect. So what other countries will have this adverse problem is, number one, it is Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, South Africa, Brazil, everywhere. So this is one of the very better economic situation in China, and for which still I think this Jinping is very confident. How he is confident? Because with the influence of technology development and education, he is very firm that we will reach a self-sufficiency in our country, out of which the economic growth rate will be revised to 7.5% growth. And again he is planning for another 14 years. Initially he planned for 30 years, now still he is planning for another 14 years. Like Rama to the forest, the growth rate will be doubled. So now I think the overall scenario in advanced countries, real estate plays a very vital role to change the growth rate of the economy. We do admit that this COVID has given a very adverse effect, but on top of that, the real estate has played a very vital role, which is seen in US also in 2006 and 7, 8. Really, it was a very, very dramatic changes and recession. So this has been again reflected. So now the Chinese economy planning to manufacture locally and market globally and aiming towards a self-sufficiency and depending on exports has turned down, and the growth rate has gone down. This is not a appreciable trend, it is an alarming trend, and it is warned by all the economists and researchers that பொருளாதார வளர்ச்சி கண்டிப்பாக that trend is going to be down by 8.2%, and this is also going to be repeated by another 5% less in the succeeding years. So I think the Chinese government is taking additional effective steps to bring back more credit, more investment from abroad and other countries. So unless more cash flow and more investment is being made in China, I think it is really a questionable trend, and the trend has to be watched by the economists and other researchers. So this is a trend. What's prevailing in China? That's for information sharing to my viewers. Thank you.